A man was laying on his deathbed, literally seconds before his death. And in that moment in which he's reflecting upon his entire life, he was asked one question: what do you regret most? To that he paused, and then said that he does not regret the things he did, but the things he didn't do, the risks he never took, the dreams he didn't pursue. Unfortunately, this is the reality of almost 78% of today's human population. 78% live a life ultimately not worth living. And you can imagine how I felt like as a little kid upon knowing this fact. I was basically losing my life. But there's good news. What if I told you that there's one thing and one thing only, that if executed in your daily life, will grant you a life with no regrets? 2 words: seek discomfort. 2 words that unites ancient philosophers to 21st century teens. 2 words that will change your life. But what is discomfort, and why should we pursue something so strange, something filled with fears, doubts, uncertainty, and pain? Well, seeking discomfort is just saying yes, period. Yes to risks, yes to challenges, yes to dreams, and yes to life. And I'm not saying you should spend all your money for a trip to Mount Everest, but I'm not saying you shouldn't. And that is the point. And speaking about mountains, in July of 2017, I got the opportunity to climb Egypt's tallest mountain. And as the adventurous kid that I was, I said yes, without a much needed consideration. And for you, I got an exact map of the mountain. Kindly notice all the possible routes and pathways that a kid could get lost in. So, how hard would it be if we just climb up and climb back down? Easy, at least I thought. But as the fat kid that I was unexpectedly last, slacking behind almost 2 hours late on schedule. But with the motivation of my leader and the commitment of my mates, we finally peaked. Finally, every problem in my entire life has been resolved. Finally, no pain, no stress, just peace. With the cold breeze of wind in my face and the people of all cultures praying together, it was awful. Well, it wasn't actually the case. It was really hot, I was starving, I was thirsty, it was unbearable. And the pain grew more and more severe with every single step. And a strange thought came to mind. I needed to actually hike back down. And another strange thought came to mind. I needed to hike back down in 2 hours, less than average, which is physically impossible. And so, alongside my leader, we took a decision. We decided to take a shortcut in Egypt's tallest mountain. And that quickly became the single worst decision of our entire lives. And the next 8 hours quickly became the worst few of my life. Trying to move between razor-sharp mountains and poisonous plants, it was awful. And with the mental pain and discomfort coming with doubt, uncertainty, and fears, at that moment, I realized what discomfort truly is. Discomfort isn't just physical. Discomfort can be both emotional and mental. And at that same exact moment, I wanted to overcome that fear. I wanted to get out of the mountain in one piece, period. And then suddenly, every single negative thought turned into a positive one. Fear turned into motivation and comfort. And we actually made it with the help of a dog. We made it and we escaped Egypt's tallest mountain. And the moral of the story is that seeking discomfort will always be worth it, will always be better, will always make every experience good. Like we got to discover places in the mountain unseen for thousands of years. And that is the worth that had to come with discomfort. But as the teens of the 21st century, we need something practical. We need something every day. We need something in an organized system. A checklist would do the trick. So may I present to you a comprehensive checklist to overcome any fear. First, know your motivation. What do you want to achieve? What is your purpose? What is your motivation from overcoming that fear? And keep that in mind. Next, you need to define your fear. What are you most afraid of? What are you most scared of? And keep that in mind. Next, you need to identify the obstacle. What is the thing stopping you from overcoming that fear? You also need to keep that in mind. Next, you need to visualize all possible outcomes. visualize two things, your nightmare and the best possible outcome. So you have a spectrum of possible events inside your head. Next, you'll need to find the people who will push you. Find the people who love you enough to push you off the cliff. And that is the point that reaches the commitment. Commit, commit, commit. Put in the work and jump the cliff. And you will turn into a better person in just 1 second. So let's have an example. Let's put everything I said into perspective. So who here has a fear of public speaking? Anyone has a fear of public? Well, some hands. Yeah, most people are afraid of public speaking. So let's put it into perspective inside the checklist. First, what's your motivation for public speaking? Well, one might say, I want to become a great communicator or a great presenter, or simply, I want to spread ideas more efficiently. Then you'll need to define your fear. Well, I fear public speaking. And next, you'll need to say why I fear public speaking. What is the obstacle? Why do I fear public speaking? Well, one might say, I fear judgment. I do not want to be judged when I come on the stage. Next, you'll need to visualize all possible outcomes. What is your nightmare from public speaking? Well, my personal nightmare is going on the stage, not be able to say any word, not be able to move, and simply shut down. But the best possible outcome is give a good presentation or talk, and then go off the stage and feel satisfied with the new skills I gained and all the hard work I have put in. Next, you'll need to find the people who will push you. For me, they were the closest of my friends and my family members. They pushed me into following my passion of public speaking. They pushed me to give a great talk. Then, you'll need to commit. You need to put in the work of giving a great presentation. You'll need to attend rehearsals, and just work hard. Now, finally, always believe that life's greatest experiences and deepest connections exist outside of our comfort zone. So please, do not be that one person who lies on his deathbed and regrets the entirety of his life. So seek discomfort. Thank you.